You're like, how did I find myself in this profession? How? When? Why? How did I find myself here? Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Opeyemi Goddess, and on this channel I talk about love, relationships, marriage, lifestyle, nursing, and basically everything fun. If you're new to this channel, thank you for stopping by. For my old subscribers, thank you guys for sticking to this channel. Anyways guys, today we're talking about something very dear to my heart. As you guys know that I work primarily as a nurse, and today I'll just be sharing some things that's so personal to me. I'll be talking about 5 things I really wish I knew before I became a registered nurse, or 5 things that nobody actually ever told me. I was seeing the glamorous side of nothing, like nobody actually sat me down and told me these 5 things. Guys, you would enjoy this. For some of you who like see the glamorous side of nursing on social media, you see a lot of pretty, intelligent nurses on social media. Nurses who are so articulate or beautiful, who are so like brilliant, who know what they do and what they're doing, and you're just wondering, gosh, I think I want to be a nurse. Guys, you need to watch this video to the end if you're aspiring to be a nurse or you're already a nursing student. You need to watch this video to the end. The first thing that I wish somebody actually told me before I became a nursing student, or even before I became a registered nurse, is that I wish they told me that I'll be exhausted almost every day. Guys, as a nurse, or using myself as an example, so guys, these things I'll be talking about are like my own personal opinion, and I really don't want to generalize. So the first thing, I just think that someone should have told me at least when I was a nursing student, or even before I chose nursing as a career, is the fact that I always be exhausted when I come back from work. Guys, I usually come back from work famished. I'm so exhausted, guys. Most of my off duties, I spend my off duties sleeping and maybe just finding time to spend with my family. Like, nobody ever told me that I'll come back from work and I'll be feeling tired and exhausted. Like, nobody ever mentioned it to me. Nursing is a very demanding profession, and sometimes it can really be exhausting. I know a lot of us just see the glam side of nursing on social media, but there are like 1,001 other things that you won't see on social media, or that some of us don't put on social media. I remember the first blog I made some days ago, or maybe some weeks ago, that I actually like gave you guys a glimpse of what my day looks like as a theater nurse. Of course, I didn't show you the behind the scenes stuff. So I only showed you the things that I'm permitted to show you, because of patient confidentiality and all that. So you will not really know, what it takes to be a nurse, and then how exhausting it can actually be, being a nurse. You guys only see the glam side, the fancy side of nursing, but I tell you, this job is so demanding, and a lot of times you get back home, you're just exhausted, you just want to sleep. You just want to sleep. A lot of times you're just useless to your family members, you're useless to yourself as well. Like, you just get home and sleep even without eating, guys. But regardless of all that, something I do with so much joy. People who know me they know so much that they know how much I love nursing, and they know that I do this thing with a lot of passion, with a lot of satisfaction and fulfillment. So I'm actually not complaining, but this is just to let you know, especially people aspiring to be a nurse or people who envy nurses, it's just to let you know that nursing is a very demanding. The second thing that nobody told me, and I really wish I knew before I became a nurse, is the fact that I will have no social life. Nobody told me I won't have a social life. Like, I never knew. I never ever knew that I won't be able to, go for social events and all that. Guys, you would work on weekends as a nurse, you would do night shift, you work on public holidays, bank holidays, and times that people have to, go out, hang out with people, like bank holidays or public holidays, or even Christmas or New Year, those kind of days that you really want to spend with your family members and your loved ones. Guys, you might actually be working on those kind of days. So if you're a nursing student, or you're actually aspiring to become a nurse, you need to know that you may end up not having a social life. You may become awkward, you may become so boring, because when people are actually like going out, hanging out with people, you're actually in bed sleeping. And then when people are actually in bed sleeping, you are either at work, or that's when you have the time to hang out with people. And then by that time, you're actually just hanging out with yourself, because nobody's available to hang out with you. So guys, you need to know that as a nurse, you might not have a social life. you might become so boring. You might become a very strange and weird person. The third thing that nobody ever told me, nobody told me that a nurse will be everything, guys. A nurse is everything to the patient. A nurse is a doctor, a pharmacist, a physiotherapist, a counselor. Like, you're actually everything to your patients. Like, how is that supposed to be? Like, I'm a nurse. Can I just remain as a nurse? But no, as a nurse, you're expected to know virtually everything. You're expected to know virtually everything. And in some instances, you have to stand in gap. And despite the fact that we have several specialists in the hospital, and then we have, a lot of people in diverse specialties, even though we all belong to the same team. Yet, as a nurse, you still have to know a bit of everything. You have to know a bit of physiotherapy, you have to know a bit of pharmacy, you have to know a bit of medicine, you have to know a bit of dietetics, you have to know a bit of everything, really. Even record keeping, you have to know virtually everything. Management, you have to know a bit of management, how to manage resources, how to manage patients properly, how to manage human beings. You really need to know virtually everything as a nurse. And sometimes you're just like frustrated that other people don't know stuffs about my own profession. Why should I know stuffs about their own profession? But I think as a nurse, God has blessed us, or as nurses, God has really blessed us with that kind of a mind to accommodate 1,001 things. See, an average nurse can do 1,001 things, and it's so funny how we can multitask and how we can easily switch roles. Easily switch roles. Nurses switch roles easily, and that's one thing I really want you guys to know. If you're aspiring to be a nurse, or if you're a nursing student, you are everything to the patients. You are the patient's counselor, you are the patient's best friend. Really, you're just everything to the patient. So that's the third thing that nobody told me before I became a registered nurse. The fourth thing that I think nobody actually told me, or maybe they didn't tell me actively, they told me passively, is that the pay isn't as great as what people think. People think, oh, nurses make so much money, nurses are so rich, they make millions and millions and millions and millions, or whatever currency they make. Guys, that's not true. That's a big fat lie. Well, nurses are comfortable, and seriously, we just earn a decent wage. Seriously, we just earn what will like put food on our table. Seriously, it's not like nurses earn so much money that you can afford to buy so many houses, so many cars, and all that. Guys, I need to just clear that misconception you guys have about nurses and nursing as a profession. Nurses are not like extremely rich. Fine, we have several opportunities. It's so impossible for a nurse not to find a job or not to have anything doing. A nurse will always have something doing. You may not love that the particular specialty you're working in, but you always fit into one specialty as a nurse. You always find something doing, and that's one thing I love about nursing. Guys, I'll make another video about what I love about nursing, but this is just about things that nobody told me. So nobody told me that the pay isn't as great as what we used to think. I mean, before I became a nurse, I used to think, oh, once I'm a nurse, I'll be a millionaire or even a billionaire, and I'll be controlling millions. Guys, this is not true. Fine, you earn something decent, seriously, but you're not going to like rich as a nurse. I'm sorry. But last thing, guys, that nobody told me before I became a registered nurse. Guys, I've been a nurse for 10 years, and now I know better. Nobody told me that there are times I will feel like quitting. Nobody told me that. Like, when I was growing up, I had nurses around me. They were so passionate about their job. They really liked what they were doing at that time. I mean, they were like my role models and all that. Guys, they never told me that I would actually feel like quitting on few occasions, or even many occasions. Guys, as a nurse, there are times you really feel like quitting. You're like, how did I find myself in this profession? How? When? Why? How did I find myself here? But the thing is, during those instances, you just realize that you really love what you're doing, you're passionate about what you're doing, you feel so fulfilled doing what you're doing, and that is really what keeps you going. It is not really the pay that keeps you going as a nurse. It is not really like the glamour that people see on social media. It is not that. What really keeps you going as a nurse is just the satisfaction you derive from your job, or that fulfillment you derive from being a nurse. So guys, there are days you feel like quitting. There are like many days, or many times that I actually just feel like quitting. Like, can I just drop my resignation already? Can I just forget about nursing? Can I just be like a makeup artist? Guys, there are days like that you really just feel tired. You feel like you're just done with nursing and you're done for good. So guys, these are the 5 things that nobody told me about nursing before I became a nurse. And even while I was in nursing school, nobody actually told me about all these things. So guys, if you're aspiring to be a nurse, and if you're already in nursing school or you're in uni studying nursing and you just don't know these things, it's better you know these things now. These are some of the things that you will get to know on the job, but it's good you know them now. Guys, I'll make another video about the things I love about nursing. But if you know any other thing that I didn't add to this list, please just drop them in the comment section. So if you're a nurse like me and there are things that nobody told you and you discovered on your own when you became a nurse, just let me know. Drop them in the comment section. I really want to know. There are a lot of things that we never knew and then we just discovered those things on the job. So if you're a nurse, just drop them in the comment section. Things that you never knew, you know, when you were in nursing school or even before you chose nursing as a career, what you never knew and then you found out by yourself. Let me know. Let's just laugh about all those things. Guys, if you've not subscribed, why have you not subscribed yet? Please subscribe to my channel. Don't forget to click on the notification bell so you always be notified whenever I put up videos on my channel. Don't forget to like my videos, all my videos, just like them, and share my videos to your loved ones. Guys, thanks so much for watching and bye bye.